Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of the 8BritGameChat. As always, I'm your host Tom Pouter. Joining me, Tom Roach. Hello. And Matt Stevens, my illustrious crew of fellow nerds. And we're here to talk to you as always. So we're going to start with a bit of news first.
Sounds good.
Now I feel like we talk a lot about Amiibo on this game chat. You Tom, you've got very strong feelings about the current state of Amiibo.
Yeah, I do.
But we've actually got a bit of what might be good news. Well, we can hope it's good news. Basically, Nintendo aren't a company that tends to do this. They've come out and finally admitted they screwed up. And they're like, look, we didn't make enough Amiibo, we get it. Hopefully now we're going to start ramping up production of those harder to get Amiibo. And you will start seeing more of them, hopefully. And they've also said they're going to be clearer on when Amiibo are coming out, when they're being restocked, etc, etc. So, hopefully, this will put an end.
We can only hope.
To the Great Amiibo Hunt, which you can watch on our YouTube.
Yeah, the Great Amiibo Hunt around Cambridge, where I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we won't spoil it for you, but there's some pretty amazing stuff that happens in that video. Yeah,
there is some good stuff actually. But yeah, how do you guys feel about this?
Well, they could be lying.
They could be lying.
They'll go like, this one's. We only released 2 to this store. We're now going to put 4 in this store instead.
Still 2 more.
Yeah, but that's not a lot.
They've finally acknowledged it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. And I said to you the day before.
Yeah, that was weird actually.
I was like, something big is coming with Amiibo. They're going to have to announce something soon. Next day, that's going to really annoy me. The next day, they put out this announcement.
Yeah.
Well, I had a gut feeling.
It's quite a big deal actually, this Amiibo.
But it's taken them long enough to say, hey, we've not... Like, when did Amiibo come out?
November.
And it's been hard to get... Well, not the first wave, you can't get enough of Mario or...
Well, try to tell that to people who want Villager, Marth and Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, I want Marth.
I want Villager.
Oh, yeah, Villager as well.
I can't... It's just annoying that... So, what is that, 7 months?
Yeah.
7 months then to go, we've made a mistake. But I guess it's the best we're going to get, and at least they're trying to fix it.
Better late than never.
Yeah, exactly, better late than never.
Got to stay positive.
At least for myself, I've only really just jumped on the Amiibo train now, so...
Yeah, I started to get a bit tired of it, so...
Yeah, exactly.
This is only a good thing.
If you can get them more readily available, though, for like regular prices, would you be tempted to buy more of them?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I want more.
Obviously, you've bought a couple, so you're buying into the trend.
Yeah.
But we live in a relatively small area with not many places available to buy Amiibo.
Yeah. Well,
so
we have 1.
2.
Do we have 2?
We've got Argos.
Oh, of course we do.
But they pretty much only ever have like 3 people. I did find Wario and Argos, but so in an ideal world, I'm hoping we'll be able to walk into that game and see like Meta Knight and shit like that. But it might not happen. But anyway, in other news and more Nintendo related news, there is a Splatoon Focus Direct coming out on May the 7th. That's this Thursday. It's 3 PM our time. Don't know what time it is for the rest of you. Sorry.
I think it's 7 AM Pacific
like that,
time.
But we will be doing a game chat as usual that night. But we will be doing basically our reaction to the Direct, which we won't have watched until then. So if you guys have seen the Direct, or if you want to watch the Direct, you come down and you watch the game chat as usual, and we'll basically be talking about that pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be cool. And then that's pretty much it for news. So Tom, what's your topic?
Okay, my topic is something that I think you'll like particularly.
Okay.
Is mobile gaming and handheld gaming.
Right.
Why do you think it's not as popular? Or do you think it is popular? Or why would people prefer to play on consoles? Because I know people play on their phones and handhelds, but why is it not more popular than like the PS4?
I would argue that mobile gaming is probably the most popular way of gaming at the moment. Because
really?
Because it's the most mainstream. Everyone who has a phone can just look on the App Store and say, "Oh, look, there's a game."
They don't even cost anything half the time.
Yeah,
it's free game.
Exactly. And it's something that everyone can do, and everyone will have done. Let's face it, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you're going to look on there and download a game. Now,
whether that's that definition of gaming, because mobile gaming and handheld, like, I wouldn't class the 3DS as in the same league as a mobile game.
Oh god, no.
So they're kind of different things. So I presume you mean they're not as popular as home consoles.
I know what I meant.
Well, I would say the reason is because they don't provide the same kind of experiences that home consoles can.
Yeah.
But Matt is right though when he says that mobile gaming is pretty much the biggest sector at the moment.
Maybe it's just because I'm so out of touch with
Probably.
some things. But I used to play Tapped Out. I used to play.
You still play?
No, I don't.
Do you not play Candy Crush anymore?
No.
Have you given up?
Yeah.
You kick the hammer.
Finally, we've turned you into a real gamer.
Hello, Finn. How's it going?
Hi, Finn.
Hello, everyone.
No, I've not played. Last time I played Candy Crush was first week at the job I started a long time ago.
Finally, you've joined the big boys.
Yeah.
Good.
Tapped Out I've not played since.
Yeah, I haven't played.
I mean,
Tapped
Tapped Out's good. But I
summer
wouldn't.
2014.
Like you said, I wouldn't.
Maybe before that.
I wouldn't class that as any sort of real. It's a game, but it's not in the same.
Yeah.
It's not in the same light.
It doesn't give you the same experience as a home console or even a handheld.
Exactly.
I mean.
The difference between handhelds and home consoles is that most people will get a home console because it's got. Theoretically, you could argue it's got better games. Of course, that's down to personal preference. But most people want to play things like Call of Duty and FIFA, and that, I mean, this is very much generalising. But these are all the games that people want to play. 3DS games or Vita games are very much more niche. And at the end of the day, no one's buying Vita really too much at the moment. No one's buying Vita, and it's just 3DS. And
3DS is still doing well.
Yeah, 3DS is doing well, but it's just not going to ever be as popular.
Yeah. Well, with mobile gaming, like whenever I used to play, it was when I was out and bored. So I'm not going to go home after a day of work and play on a phone or play Candy Crush or something.
No,
they're primarily used like in transit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like when you're going to work, if you catch the train or whatever, or the bus or whatever, you play a lot of
people do it whilst they're
mobile
driving.
games.
But
Yeah, exactly.
We don't condone
Cause
that.
car crashes, kill everyone.
Yeah, and 3DS and I say 3DS, Vita and 3DS, exactly the same. They're theoretically for gaming on the go.
Yeah.
So was that always
But
the purpose of handheld?
That was always
Pretty
the purpose
much,
of the handhelds. Yeah, it's gaming on the go, sort of. But of course, they're slightly more because the games are bigger. You do end up playing them at home as well. I play them all the time at home.
Yeah. When I was a kid, in particular, I played Game Boy Color at home a lot. Just because as a child, you don't go out anywhere much. Obviously, I'd play it when going to back of the car journey somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I remember back in the-
Pokemon, I'd come home from school and I'd play it.
I remember back in the day, like I used to play handheld games once I'd gone to bed and wasn't technically supposed to be playing them anymore. But especially when the
of course.
SP came around,
You turn your light on,
it was amazing.
Backlight,
that
backlight
changed
was-
everything.
You don't have to. You remember in car journeys on the way home, you're trying to play your Game Boy, you're trying to play Pokemon, and you've just got the traffic lights going, lights going past, and you're trying to get it in the light just to make sure you can still see.
So Super Furry Animal brings up a good point actually, and that's as an adult with kids, he only has time to play mobile games. The convenience of being able to fit in 30 minutes every now and then, right? But he basically says it's only the younger gamers that have the spare time to commit to a console game. I don't necessarily agree with that. Obviously I don't have children, so I don't know that much, but I think you could find there's plenty of console games that I feel you can have a quick burst on.
Yeah,
it depends what you want to play.
Depends on
it's difficult
what you want to play.
To sink hours into like an RPG or like Zelda.
You'd have to choose a game and stick with it for a long time.
Yeah.
I think is probably the
or just do like short.
Yeah.
Like online shooters are perfect for that kind of short jump in, jump out. But also, Tom, like you were saying, why are they more popular? Why aren't they as popular? Sorry, a lot of that also depends on where you are, because in Japan, actually, handheld gaming is currently more popular than home console gaming.
Yeah.
People, if you go to Japan, like it's still kind of a novelty in this country to see someone out with a 3DS. Kind of. If you go to Japan, they're everywhere.
I get weird looks all the time. I'm sitting there on the train and I'm playing my 3DS, and people are like, they don't say much, but there's always that little shift of the eye.
Yeah, which I think is weird, but
which I'm just like, I don't care.
It's not really indifferent to be on your phone.
Exactly.
I think there's a thing to do with. I think 10 years ago, or when was the Game Boy Color out, or the late
I'd
90s?
say
90s,
yeah, almost
So
15 years ago
if
now.
you were out with that because it was like new technology, I think that's more acceptable. But I think I know gaming is mainstream, obviously, but I think lots of people don't game, and they think
There's a lot of people that don't game.
and they see
Gaming's-
someone handheld gaming and they think, what's that? They don't know what it is.
Gaming is growing,
Yeah.
but actually, if you really think about it, the amount of people who game but then don't actually have a knowledge of things like handheld gaming or other games than just your basic Call of Duty and FIFA, you are going to get these weird looks because there's actually a bit strange to be playing in a 3DS on the train.
Yeah.
Because it is. You don't see it.
Yeah, I feel like the Wii helped because that came out around like ever so slightly after the DS, and they both became massive together.
Yeah.
And so people knew what a DS was. A lot of people knew what a DS was, and maybe that's kind of disappeared a little bit these days, especially with the 3DS, which is obviously a bit more niche, like the Wii U. But so I think it depends on a couple of things. Like, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
It depends who you are. For us, like actually, this is another thing. I'm way more of a home console gamer. I've barely even touched my 3DS.
Yeah.
But Matt, it's his favorite console.
I'm a handheld gamer. Always have been.
You'd say you game more on your handheld than you do on your home consoles.
Always.
Yeah, there you go.
Always have been a handheld gamer.
Yeah.
Just
But so what's more appealing to you then about the 3DS in particular? Because I know that's your
Before he
console
answers
choice.
this, I just want to bring up, when was the last time you actually had a handheld console?
Got 3DS. Haven't
Yeah, but
before
before
that,
that.
yeah.
I had a DS Lite.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Cool.
so it's not too
Yeah.
long ago.
It's the games. For me, it's the games. But it's the sort of games that are on the 3DS is just the sort of games I like. These sort of strategy and RPG type games. It's just
The
it's what
3DS does
appeals to
have
me.
an excellent library.
Exactly. It's just what appeals to me. It appeals to me. I'm not saying obviously I love my home consoles as well. But yeah.
You can get access to a lot of 3DS games that you can't on the Wii U. So
Well, yeah.
why do you think it is that even though I guess it's more popular in Japan, as you said, but why do you think it is they're making lots of games on the 3DS, yet hardly anything on the Wii U?
I would probably say it's
that's due to get sales.
Yeah, and the 3DS has sold more, so
Yeah.
you get more sales.
They're
Obviously,
just
like Matt was
focused.
saying.
They're just focusing on what's basically going to make them more money. At
It's
the
kind
end
of a
the day.
double-sided argument,
Exactly.
because you could be like, well, they're obviously going to put more games out on the 3DS because there's more people to sell it to, but then you'd be like, surely you want more games on the Wii U because then people are more likely to buy them.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's more of a gamble. Like, it's less likely someone's going to buy a console for a game than it is someone's going to buy a game for a console.
I think at the moment it's actually come to a 50-50 balance. It seems like it's just slightly teetered to that 50-50 balance where they're focusing on both of them at the same time.
Really? Do you reckon
Yeah.
so?
There's something about it. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
what Wii U games are we getting in the next couple of months? Splatoon, Yoshi Woolly World.
That's it.
Is that it?
Are they coming to 3DS? I don't think so.
No. But I can't think of any 3DS games that are coming out in the next couple of months at all, apart from this stupid Dungeon Hunter thing.
Yeah.
Well,
there's probably lots of smaller
there
releases.
probably are. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll look at them, but
Yeah. I used to use the PSP regularly for commuting.
PSP
Yeah.
was an excellent game.
PSP was really
console.
good, actually. Yeah. That last point, the Super Furry Animal made, that's pretty much integral, I think, to the whole discussion we're having. It's the control system on touchscreen phones that doesn't really work for the classic
horrible.
style of games. It just doesn't work.
It's,
No, it
it's
doesn't work.
horrible. I hate playing.
You can't replicate that same.
No, the only way I think that phones are going to ever get to the point where they're going to be playable as proper games is that they're going to have this some sort of attachment,
Yeah.
and it's just going to have to come with the phone if it's going to be like that.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm surprised no one's actually released a peripheral yet that lets you
I'm
attach
surprised
two
someone
sticks.
like Sony hasn't thought about this before.
Yeah, same.
Hasn't thought of
Rather
releasing a
than-
phone that's dedicated also to gaming.
Yeah.
Do you remember the N-Gage?
N-Gage, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a mobile dedicated to
flop.
gaming. Yeah, it didn't work. But
Yeah.
I guess mobiles, the games on it are very simple.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. Obviously, because the phone isn't powerful enough. Like 3DS is made to be a games console, and a phone isn't. At the end of the day, even though phones sometimes have better cameras than cameras, they can't replicate a games console.
No, of course not.
But like, I think tablets are a bit bigger, more powerful, and lots of people play games on tablets whilst they're at home.
Yeah, tablets
Yes.
are getting better. I mean, I always think that these sort of games all, it's all sort of like tap games and board games work well. I mean, Hearthstone is massive on tablets, for example.
Yeah, but then that's not overly complicated to develop.
Yeah, exactly.
On that, is it? It's just,
And as Finn
card
said, its development is cheaper on these sort of games.
Yeah.
You get a lot of independent people who are learning how to make games as well on apps as phone games. It's the way to start off now.
Yeah, but that's interesting that is happening. That that mobile games are very basic, but they still have some level of engagement to the audience. But I wouldn't say it's. I don't. Looking back at Candy Crush, I just think it's a waste of time. So it's not really a good game. Like,
you could kind of say that with most games.
No, but I think that from the experience I've got out of certain games, like the story has been good, or I enjoyed playing it. But frankly, I don't think I really enjoyed it playing.
I think a lot of mobile games are time fillers.
Yeah.
Something to do when you're waiting for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got games on my phone that I play. If I'm just sitting there for 5 minutes and like, well, I'm just waiting now. Let's just stick on.
I haven't played a mobile game in a long time.
No,
since the last time I played Tapped Out.
My library's thinner than it has ever been on my phone.
Yeah, same.
And with back to the 3DS quickly, and well, I guess any mobile gaming as well. Like Nintendo said they're working more on mobile games.
Yeah.
And we discussed last week about platformers making a return. Do you think the mobile and already 3DS has platformers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And do you think phones could ever accommodate a platformer?
Phones do have platformers.
Are they basic or
2D platformers? There's a lot of and I mean I think there are 3D ones as well. Phones actually can do more than you think they can.
Yeah. The thing with phones and platformers, I think it comes down to controls again. There's no way, in my opinion, in the current state of things, you could get like a Mario game that acts like there's a proper 3D Mario platformer because it's just not precise enough to get the jump timings right and all this sort of thing.
I mean, do you know that there's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is on phones?
Is it?
Yep, they've done phone port. Lego Star Wars.
How?
They've all done. There's all done phone ports. They're rubbish.
Yeah.
But they've done them. There's a lot of Grand Theft Auto games that are on there.
And we need to see what mobile games Nintendo bring to the table later on this year.
That'd be
something
interesting.
at E3.
As you said, they're like tap screen games and basic controls. They're not. It's not for me to say that's not gaming because it is. But as you said, if they could introduce just something that
Different style of gaming.
Gaming's just so massive these days.
This is imagine like my phone here. It's got the port there. If I plug something in and then I've got a little joystick and buttons on each side, that'd be
perfect.
Ideal.
Yeah.
But the problem is, not everyone's going to buy them. They'd have to come for them to actually make any apps to go with them, and to be a big thing, it'd have to just come with the phone.
Yeah.
But how much do you think that costs to develop realistically for a big company? Not a lot of money.
But then you have to.
There's a lot of way ups.
Yeah.
There's a lot of way ups.
And it might not cost much money to develop one, but then you have to times that by every single phone you can do as well.
But then hopefully if they really want to push mobile phone gaming.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think
it'd have to be someone like Sony who's going to think, okay, there's a big area, we can develop this, we can put some studios onto this and do it and make a phone.
The thing is, I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it though, because obviously Sony have to are putting all their money, say with Microsoft and Nintendo, into like proper games.
Yeah.
Whereas you have to wonder, is there even a market on mobile amongst mobile gamers for a proper game that uses joysticks?
I don't think there is.
No, I don't think.
I think
those
those people who want it know that they should just go for a handheld if they want a handheld. That sort of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So
it's just a different ways of experience each time.
Yeah.
So, Have you got anything else you want to say about that?
No, I think that wraps it up because I think the idea. I don't really. Maybe it's, as I said, it's just my ignorance. I just don't see them as that popular. Because it's like the way we talk about gaming. You never go, oh, wasn't Tapped Out brilliant?
Yeah, we're not huge. We used to talk about Tapped Out a lot though.
Tapped Out was amazing.
Yeah. But
But then it peaked, and then
Yeah.
people talk about, oh, I got 5 duels in a row or something. Or,
Oh yeah, no, I mean it was stupid, but it was great.
I honestly reckon if we hadn't ruined Tapped Out, I'd still be playing it.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because we were all playing it, and it
Yeah.
was such a stupid little game,
Yeah.
but it was still awesome just because.
yeah.
Yeah. So then, just to wrap that up, then, since you've obviously said 3DS is your favourite console of all time.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask what's your favourite handheld, but then you've already answered it. It has to be the 3DS, yeah. So have you got a favourite handheld?
Just
I have a quick second,
controversial.
just-
It's going to just be the DS Lite at the moment, just because
Fine.
I've not
Yeah.
played enough
Yeah.
on the 3DS
DS,
to
very good
really
console.
enjoy it.
I would say the original DS is my favourite. Like, well, that's counts as DS, like, it's all the same fucking thing. Like, just had the biggest library of games for me.
Yeah, DS had a
And
bloody fantastic
yeah,
library.
and I remember
It really
because
did.
I got the DS like
Yeah.
early in this country because I got mine from America, and cracked it open, put Mario 64, and it was 3D, and I was like, "This is incredible!
Yeah.
It's 3D graphics on a
It was awesome.
handheld." It was so massive at that
You
time.
look at the screen on the DS now. It's so small. The original DS.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
small.
The original DS is horrible to feel now.
No, my close second is Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance was incredible as well.
Game Boy
yeah.
Advance is just an amazing masterpiece era.
The SP was good, but it was more of just like an evolution of
Oh,
the Advance in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Whereas the Advance was just incredible. Like the graphics were incredible.
Yeah.
My Glacier Advance, you could see through it to the hard wiring inside.
Oh.
Super Furry Animal. Just before we move on, then, do you feel there's a market out there for a PS Vita replacement?
I think if they do it right.
Yeah, I think it needs to be marketed so much better than the original Vita was.
Yeah.
The original Vita, actually, in my opinion, had similar issues to the Wii U. It looks so much like a PSP. You're like, is this a successor? And then it came out with those stupid like 3G internet packages. They were like, you can either get the
that was
Wi-Fi
so
model,
weird,
or you can
yeah.
pay loads and loads of money for the 3G version. And then they didn't do any games really. To be honest, the Vita's had loads of problems that are similar to the Wii
Yeah.
U.
See, part of me still thinks I just need a Vita. Just
You don't
have
need a
it,
Vita.
but I don't need a Vita. I know I don't need a Vita.
However, having said that, I would love Sony to do another handheld and do it really well.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a place for Sony in the handheld market. They've
There
got
is.
so many series that'd be awesome to have.
There is, and if they did one and it was good, I'd still get it.
Yeah.
I had a PSP and DS at the time.
Well, the PSP
Okay, I don't
was
have a
awesome.
Vita now, but
Yeah. Well, the Vita was also
The Vita was
ridiculously
awesome.
expensive.
there was
Um,
that. My
so-
brother's got a Vita.
Yeah, I've got one, but I don't really play it. It has got some
No.
great games on it though. But yeah, Finn, I love my Vita even though I don't have many games on it. Yeah, it's similar to the Wii U. I think it's similar to the Wii U.
You love it just because of a couple of games.
Yeah, basically. Although I even think the Wii U's better in that regard. But
Yeah.
yeah, Finn, what's your favourite Vita game? Mine's probably Gravity Rush.
Now that we're getting loads of on PS Plus, we're getting a free Vita game every month,
Yeah.
basically. That may be an incentive to get people to buy it, but you know, for me now, just because I got the 3DS and I got Smash on it, and I got Link Between Worlds, Ocarina of Time, I got
Yeah.
a Mario game, the 2D one.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's no other game at the moment I really want to play.
Mm.
So it's not going to make me buy one. If they brought out, say,
See, good taste. Gravity Rush is incredible.
if they brought out some great games to the Vita, I might buy one, and then hopefully buy this PS Plus, because I've got the PS4 anyway. I'd get a new game every month. That would just add to it and keep me interested.
Yeah.
It's like the problem with the 3DS at the moment is there's no more games I want, and there's nothing I want to try, so it's obsolete.
Yeah, I guess so.
PS Vita could do that, and that'd make me want to buy it.
Yeah. Cool.
What we'd have to see.
Alright, so we'll roll on around like this then. So, my topic, since it was Star Wars Day yesterday,
May the 4th be with you.
yep, May the fourth be with you indeed. Basically, let's be honest, we're on crazy Star Wars hype train at the moment.
Yeah.
That Star Wars hype train is chugging along,
Star Wars hype
even
train
though
is
there's got a
amazing.
little while to reach its destination yet, because basically everything decent happens at the end of the year. But
I don't care.
yeah. What is your favourite Star Wars game of all time and why? And maybe even give me a runner-up. So, Matt.
My
Yeah,
favourite
right.
Star Wars game is Star Wars Galaxies.
Right, tell us a little bit about it.
Star Wars Galaxies is there's a lot of controversy around Star Wars Galaxies. Basically, it's an MMO that came out just before World of Warcraft did,
Alright.
and
Shit, it's quite kind of old then.
it's an old game.
Okay.
It's an old game. When I originally got it, because it was subscription based, I only played probably about a month of it a year, because I was only allowed a month of it a year. In holidays,
right, yeah.
That's what I was limited to, which is probably why I loved it so much, because I only got to play it that short amount of time. But it's basically you're just this average person in the Star Wars universe.
Mhm.
You can choose whatever profession and mix and match all your professions and stuff, and you're just a person in the Star Wars universe. It was amazing.
That is quite cool, yeah.
So the idea of it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was all set after the New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Just
so
after
in the
New
good
Hope.
part of Star Wars.
So it was in
then.
the good part of Star Wars.
Okay.
There was a limited Jedi in the original vanilla version. There was limited Jedi. Basically, the idea was they were still being hunted down by an Empire.
Yeah.
So if you saw a Jedi, it was like, oh shit,
yeah.
that's a Jedi, and that's someone
That's
playing
cool.
as a Jedi.
Yeah, that's a cool
Jedi
idea.
was a secret profession.
Okay.
So it took like 4 months to unlock it. Which, I mean, that was just awesome.
Yeah.
But halfway through, Sony Entertainment Online screwed it up.
Really?
They were looking at World of Warcraft and they're thinking, shit.
Yeah.
And basically, they turned it all around, scrapped there wasn't levels beforehand.
Right.
It wasn't level based, it was just like skill tree based. So you just get your skills trees, and you didn't know how much better you were, but you kind of had a rough idea in the end. It was all really convoluted with all the stats, and the crafting system was really complex.
Yeah.
And really in depth. They scrapped it all, and they introduced levels. They introduced only 9 professions.
Right.
Before there was 36.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. They scrapped all the crafting and made it very much linear. 4 of these, 5 of these, all
Yeah.
these outcomes item, and basically tried to go down the World of Warcraft route and destroy the game.
Oh man.
When they did it, they lost over half their subscribers, and it just bombed. It lasted until about 2008.
That's
and,
rough.
Just went offline. But
you were playing it, weren't you? Yeah.
I was just playing it. Yes.
Okay.
Some people have now started over the last couple of years have started running a emulator, which lets you, if you've got the original discs.
So the game actually isn't back.
The game isn't back.
Oh wow! So it's literally gone forever.
It's
then,
gone
technically.
forever. If
Shit.
you've got the original disc, like I have here, which is beautiful, you can load it up and download this emulator. And basically, they've rewritten all the code for
Shit.
for the vanilla game. So the very first game,
Oh,
part
that's
of the game.
cool. Yeah.
And you can jump in and join. And I've been doing it. I recorded a video this morning about it all.
That's cool.
It's not going up, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
So that's my
cool.
favourite game.
Got a
Star Wars
second
game.
favourite?
Second favourite. You're gonna have to let me think about that.
Okay, no
So
worries.
I'll let you move on.
Finn,
I'll come
Star
to it.
Wars Pod Racing on the N64. Yeah, I remember
That was a good
game. Yeah.
that was a good game.
I had that on the PS2, I think, or maybe a more up-to-date version, which I really liked. But it's not my favourite game. I always played as Timto Pagules,
Ah.
just to mix up. I just thought he looked cool. I also like that guy with the 4 arms, the really skinny one. But I played as Timto Pagules more.
So what was your favourite?
My favourite. What? I just thought I'd share that. There's a lot. There's so many
It's
Star
just the way
Wars.
me and Tom looked at each other.
There's so many Star Wars games. A lot
Yeah.
of them are
There is.
brilliant.
That's why I need to think about that.
I'm going to have to mention 3 rather than just best and a runner-up.
Yeah.
My favourite was 2 of these actually from the original, the new trilogy, Bounty Hunter. Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter was awesome.
You play as Jango Fett.
It was like super gritty,
Yeah.
dark, wasn't it?
And so it took place just after the Phantom Menace,
Yeah.
and it's the story of how Count Dooku recruits Jango Fett to be the model for the clone troopers. So he sets you to go after Kamari Vosa, I think her name is,
Yeah.
who's leading of a cult called the Bandagora. And the game, first mission is on... There's 5 missions, I think, but they're quite long missions, isn't there? Oh, well, what are the missions? Can't remember where the first one is.
First one's on Coruscant.
Is it?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
one Coruscant.
Sure.
First one's Coruscant because you fight that thing in the cage.
There's more levels then, because I remember one of the first missions. No, the first mission is on a space station.
Is it?
Yes, and you fight that red thing.
Oh, is that in the space?
Yeah,
okay.
the space station, and there's this
It's been a long
Watto
time since I
female
played it.
Oh,
Watto.
yeah, I don't remember that.
Second mission is Coruscant. Third mission, can't really remember. Then you go to Tatooine.
Yeah.
There's multiple.
It doesn't really matter,
I
either.
Yeah.
think was there 5? There must have been 5 missions per planet or something.
Yeah.
But I guess like the gameplay was really good. Like just the weaponry you had the dual pistols, flamethrower, dart gun. So it was sort of just there to promote the film essentially.
Yeah.
But
It was decent though. It was like a good game.
I really enjoyed it. I spent a lot of hours on it, completed it. Third mission, you're on an asteroid. I remember that, the asteroid
Right.
prison, and you find the slave one. You steal it,
Right.
and you get. There's some backstory. I'm not sure if it's canon. I'm not sure if it's canon.
It's probably been stripped.
Yeah,
now.
I doubt it's
it's
canon
probably
anymore.
all been stripped.
But it's a really enjoyable game. Great fun. I would love to play it again if I had the chance.
Yeah.
I think I still got it on PS2.
So did you say that was your number one?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
yeah.
it is.
Fair play. Fair enough.
Do you want to say your number one before I say Robert?
Yeah, may
Yeah.
as well actually. Yeah. So my number one is the Force Unleashed one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great game.
I thought it was
Oh,
awesome.
it's a good game, yeah.
I thought the Force Unleashed was awesome for a number of reasons. Really loved the gameplay. That's like I really love that whole kind of hack and slash. You run around as from a third person viewpoint, just cutting people up.
Yeah.
But not only that, the force powers in that game were awesome. Just picking up like
They were cool.
stormtroopers and then being able to move them around wherever
Yeah.
you want. I thought that was amazing. Like being able to chuck them and they just go flying. That was really cool. But not only that, I really loved the story, like the lore, like how it fit in. Like you were Vader's secret apprentice, and then Palpatine finds
Yeah.
out, and then he like tells Vader to kill you, all that sort of stuff. And then and I just remember like the ending of the Force Unleashed was incredible. And like you met all those characters that I thought were really likable, like I can't remember his name now.
What a Jedi.
The blind guy.
Ram Kotu.
Ram Kotu, whose eyes you slash at the beginning
Yeah.
of the very first fight, yeah. And then at the end you have to like decide whether to crush them or try and kill the Emperor, and it was like really awesome. And the boss fights in that game were incredible as well. The Jedi fights.
Yeah.
I'd never played Force Unleashed 2, but I heard it was nowhere near as good.
I heard it was pretty bad.
I played it. It was basically the same gameplay, but story
Didn't they kind of
wasn't as good.
retcon the first game and the second one was a clone or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just stupid. But so I always thought Starkiller was an awesome character.
Yeah, it was.
Sam Witwer looks exactly like him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, Force Unleashed is probably my number one.
Yeah. That's actually my number 2.
Oh,
I just
okay.
think it's a great game. Loved the gameplay. As you said, hack and slash. The force powers were amazing.
Yeah, they were really.
Be able to
really
just
cool.
like you've got.
Can you eventually do Force Lightning?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's such a win.
You could pick
such a
up
win right
like
there.
force lightning, force push.
Yeah.
You could do that thing where you'd like go into a ball and then
Yeah,
shoot
and then
out
shoot
the
the-
energy. I
yeah.
can't remember what it's called. Just some of
And the graphics were really good as well. I thought they recreated some of the worlds of Star Wars really well, and obviously it was original trilogy, so
Yeah.
that's a complete win.
Yeah.
There's
also a bit that people will like in. I think it was the second one though,
Alright.
unfortunately. But you see Jar Jar frozen in carbonite,
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's cool.
so that's a little thing to cheer people
Let's
up.
snap it in half.
That'd be so great. So, you number 2, Matt?
I have a lot of honourable mentions that I have to get in here
Right.
before I mention what my number 2 probably actually is, because I'm still kind of working it out. But
Shall I do my number 2 then? Since
you go. Okay, do your number 2, and
Yeah.
and then I'll go through this little list.
Lego Star Wars is my number 2.
Fantastic choice.
Yeah.
Very,
Lego
very
It
good
was
choice.
so good. And
Lego
it was
Star Wars is
proper
amazing.
it was the start of the the proper resurgence of Lego games.
Yeah.
And it was just incredible. It was so good, just unlocking all the different characters, and then it was just incredible.
Good. Well, that's my first honourable mention done.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Lego Star Wars was just
So good.
there was something about it. It was.
All the little bosses like fighting Grievous and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
It got a lot of I think it got a lot of new generation into Star Wars because that game really did, I think, help. I think I've got a little cousin who I say little, is in year 10. I've got a cousin who I think pretty much started his Star Wars knowledge with that game.
Yeah.
With those games. But yeah, so some honourable mentions then. And now, granted, I'm probably guessing you two probably haven't played some of these as well, because some of them are more computer games, or really, I mean, these are really old school games. So we've got the X-Wing games, the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games,
Right.
which are basically, I mean, you look at them and you think, what the hell is that? It's DOS, they're all DOS games back in 1992 and 98, and
Yeah.
they were good games. They were really fun to play, especially for the first time, actually using a joystick and thinking, this is awesome, I'm flying around in space. Okay, it's a really pixelated
Yeah.
version of space, but it was awesome.
That's just made me think quickly. Imagine wearing Morpheus and being in a Star Wars space battle
Yeah.
from first person viewpoint of being like an X-Wing cockpit.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Then going on from that, obviously, within that vein, Rogue Squadron was also amazing.
Rogue Squadron is one of my honourable
But,
mentions as well.
Rogue Squadron.
As is Bounty Hunter, actually. Bounty Hunter is one of my honourable
Yeah.
mentions.
I'm going to have to mention Knights of the Old Republic.
I was going to say, have anyone actually played that game?
I've
played it
played both of them.
I've heard
They're meant to
great
be
things
amazing,
about them.
yeah.
They
Have you
are-
played the Old Republic?
I played
Is
Knights.
it called the Old Republic? The new MMO they did?
I've got Old Republic.
Any
Yeah.
good?
It's good. Yeah, I like it. Not as good as Star Wars Galaxies. But then, it's a good game. I love it. I do
Yeah.
still love it. But they kind of half ruined it slightly with pay-to stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Knights of the Old Republic games were amazing because they were sort of they were like MMOs, but it just wasn't MMO.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're meant to be
really,
incredible, those games.
They were incredible. I think you can actually get the first one on tablet now. Funnily enough,
Ah.
Good.
might be something to look up. Then, I mean, Lego Star Wars was another one. Empire at War. Those games, they were.
Remember that got advertised on this episode 3 disc.
Yeah,
At the beginning.
Empire War. They were like Command and Conquer type games, real-time strategy games.
Yeah.
Amazing. We spent a lot of time in sixth form playing those games against each other. I can't remember who I was playing against. Probably someone. But yeah, I played a lot of them. But I have to say, my second favourite Star Wars game
It's got to be what I think it is.
is exactly what you think it is, and I know. So I'll let you make the announcement.
What if I'm wrong?
You
Too much
gotta-
pressure.
Go and do it.
Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2, yeah.
Battlefront 2.
I was
God,
going to say,
that
someone
game.
has to say it, yeah.
It's such a good game.
I
The
definitely
amount of
feel
hours
like-
are wasted on that.
I definitely feel like the new Battlefront has a chance at taking the top spot
Same.
for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, to be honest, looking back at Battlefront, I think it's just too out of date. So for me to like it, whereas
I thought you liked Giant Power Battles.
yeah, I do.
And Bounty
That's even
Hunter.
older.
Bounty, yeah, I know, but that's
Bounty
sort
Hunter's
of
the same vein.
nostalgic thing.
Hello,
but,
Awesome Dude. What's up?
But I just think Bounty Hunter is a lot better than Battlefront. Maybe because I think when you realise what you can actually do in Battlefront, it's not a lot. Like
Yeah,
space
I
battles
didn't
was-
mention Battlefront
crap.
because I was never really on the whole Battlefront's fucking amazing hype train either.
I love being able to play as a Jedi. And
Yeah, that was awesome. I loved that, and I love the shooting mechanics. But space battles never really did it for me, and honestly, and I'm probably gonna piss everyone off, but that's why I'm really looking forward to the new one is because it seems to trim the fat, the stuff I didn't care about.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
mean,
really looking forward
like,
to the new one.
For me and Javid played a hell of a lot of that game. We I think for a good 2 years that was literally the only game we'd play when we met up.
Jesus.
But actually, and I completely forgot about this because I think he'd probably kill me if I didn't mention this, just because we played so much of it as well. We also played a lot of the episode 3 game.
Oh Jesus!
The movie
game, yeah.
Now obviously
That had some alright gameplay.
it did
Yeah.
have some really good gameplay.
Is that the
actually.
one that you could have the alternate ending when you
Yeah.
killed the Emperor?
The alternate ending
Yeah.
when he killed the Emperor, yeah.
That was
It
terrible.
also finished with the battle in New Hope on the Death Star, where you played as either Obi-Wan or
Yeah.
Darth Vader, which was awesome. But the best thing about it was the multiplayer. The multiplayer where you just fought as Jedi. You were two Jedi
Oh, that's
fighting each
cool.
other, which was epic.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was awesome.
I'm disappointed none of us have mentioned Star Wars Connect with the Star Wars dance-off game.
Oh no, did I? Sorry, that's my favourite. Apologies.
I didn't even know
No,
that
I
existed.
didn't.
You
That
didn't
was
know that existed? Oh,
so.
probably should have kept you
was
in the dark.
looking.
It looked like it could have been awesome.
When it was first
Yeah.
announced, it looked. So I was like, "Oh shit! You can actually go around with your blaster."
Well, let's be honest, everyone wanted to do that. And yeah, and there's a dance-off thing. You could dance like you have Vader on a dance mat.
Wasn't it?
But,
I don't know. Stormtroopers dancing.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, dude. Talking about cancelled Star Wars games, 1313 has to come up. That game looked like it could be incredible. Even though we only saw like a tiny little snippet.
That could have been a new Bounty Hunter.
Looked like
was.
Bounty Hunter, yeah.
Better
Yeah.
graphics, better gameplay, hopefully, but cancelled. And that we only got a clip of that Darth Maul. It was like Arkham Asylum, but
Yeah.
Darth Maul, which would have been really fun to play.
I think there was another cancelled Star Wars game, which may have even been the original Battlefront 3, which was basically Call of Duty but Battlefront. And I'm sure we've seen a snippet of gameplay from that, but that also looked quite good. But
Yeah, I don't know.
not that it matters anymore.
Yeah,
So yeah,
December.
Star Wars hype.
Could I just mention two more games? You said Jedi Power Battles. Even though the game is probably crap.
Episode
What,
1 movie
Power
game.
Battles?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Plo
Plo Koon, man.
Koon with his yellow lightsaber and his spinny thing. Yeah. Mace Windu actually had a blue lightsaber and that, not purple. Ada Gali would have that red orb around her. So you start off in the space station and you do the swamps of Naboo, which was a very difficult
Really
mission.
hard mission, yeah.
And you had to fight this like centipede.
I'm sure the saves on that game are bollocks as well.
Yeah,
Like if you
they
die,
were.
you start the whole
They
game
were
again or something stupid.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I've completed it years
You
ago.
unlock Darth Maul, don't you?
Yeah.
If you complete it, yeah, that's cool.
And then you can also unlock Padme, but
Oh,
it's
great.
got a gun, but it's not very good.
Great.
But because some of the
Yay,
things
Padme.
were really funny, like
Chop it down.
Yeah.
I do remember I got very frustrated when I died and had to start again.
I don't
But you
even
know-
know how far I got in that game.
Some missions were so much fun, and I just remember like this thing where you had to rescue like handmaidens, and they just go help, and then you rescue them, and they always bow and go thanks for rescuing me, and then they run off and then get killed anyway.
Where do they
Yep.
run off to?
They just run off.
How do they do that? You had to rescue them in the first place.
No, you rescue. There's droids
Oh,
around them.
right.
You kill the droids
That's right,
and then they
yeah.
run off. And I remember just that millipede or centipede and the Naboo mission being really difficult.
Yeah.
And then I liked like on Tatooine you could like I feel bad about them. You could kill the Jawas and the Tusken
You're a
Raiders,
monster.
and then you'd go past the Sarlacc pit, which was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool little.
The original
Little
movie games on like, I think they were on SNES and Game Boy. They were meant to be amazing. It was bloody difficult though.
Just for some insight,
Yeah.
Jedi Power Battles apparently has is rated 4 out of 5 on Metacritic. Yet
Not bad.
IGN gave it 3 out of 10.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I think it's nostalgia for me.
I think
like,
a
when
lot
I
of
was
it's
younger,
nostalgia.
Yeah.
I don't think. Although when that came out in '99, probably, I can imagine that being quite the
Came out in 2000. I was
Is it?
celebrating it, yeah.
15 years. Now.
Yeah.
No, it's just for me, it's nostalgic. Like I'd probably hate it if I played it again, just because it'd be difficult. But just 2 more games I want to mention. Sorry if this goes on a bit.
That's all right.
Star Wars Clone Wars, not the. It was just before.
Oh, it was the
Revenge-
PS3 one, wasn't it?
No, this was a Xbox original
Oh,
and
okay.
PS2. So it basically took place between. Well, obviously.
Yeah,
between-
in the Clone Wars. Yeah.
But it took place only like 3 months after Attack of the Clones.
Right.
So basically, you play as Anakin, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of vehicle combat. and it ends up there's this ancient Sith artifact.
Don't remember this at all.
No.
And I just like the game. There was some bits with lightsabers, but it was mainly you'd be in tanks and stuff and the
Sounds interesting.
gunships. Like, I mean, the first mission of that was on Geonosis. It's that opening
right.
battle. But then it jumps 3 months ahead and you go to planets like Renvar and...
So the game starts in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
But the gameplay
Yeah,
was
it's-
fun. I just think the idea of you're controlling the vehicles. But it's not space battles, it's like air battles, and
Yeah.
you're taking out dropships and those
Yeah.
techno-union ships that be around, you have to destroy them.
I mean, when you think about it, though, there's so many good, really good Star Wars games.
Yeah, I mean, what's your second one?
Well, this other one I want to mention is a really obscure game, and I might have dreamt it, I don't know.
Oh,
You
great.
might have
It was,
dreamt it.
it was on PC.
Right.
Do you have a name?
No.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good.
But I'll
I know quite a
it
few
was...
of them.
You basically were on Naboo, and you farmed animals and then you went and built the Gungan city underwater.
That definitely sounds like you could have dreamt it.
I don't think I did. I remember it, and I remember the opening. It'd have Star Wars, and it'd go, "Dun, dun, 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 dun," and then all these animals would walk across the screen.
What? I'm just gonna look up Star Wars farming game.
Or Naboo game, or Gungan city, something like that. It did exist, and I don't think it was very good, but I just
Sounds rubbish.
it stuck with me.
I was on. Look, I was on the wiki. There was a Star Wars Demolition. No. The handheld. No. Attack Squadron. That's cancelled. It wasn't Republic Commando. Force Commander. No. Trilogy Rebellion.
If you guys know what it is, please let
Stories,
us know. But I doubt
Shadows of the
anyone will.
Empire. Yeah, this is not looking good.
I don't think there is.
No.
No,
And that probably is from IKEA, left-handed mic.
it
I'm
probably
not
is.
sure.
I can't remember, but I got it from.
I'm
Well,
pretty
I'm
sure this is not the game you're talking about.
Well,
No,
it might be. I
um,
might just have described it atrociously.
Right.
I've got Star Wars Episode 1 Battle for Naboo
That might be it.
on...
No, that's not it.
No?
64 on Windows.
It might have been, but there was no space battles, or I didn't unlock any.
On the
space
N64 or Windows?
Yeah, I had it. It was PC game.
Is that a Spider-Man wall? Probably. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna look it up and find out what it is. So I'm not
Star Wars:
crazy.
The Gungan Frontier. Yeah. I hope you're taking the risk.
If that's the title, I think.
Oh wait,
that's-
hold on. Star Wars Episode 1 The Gungan Frontier
Yeah.
is a video game
Oh,
made
he's
by,
not
is a
taking the
video
piss.
game made by Lucas Learning. Jesus.
Oh, okay, it was an
Yeah.
educational
Oh.
game.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. Yeah, that's. Oh my god! That's bringing
Can I-
back memories.
What? Yeah.
I had that game.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Finn. For
Oh
saying
my
that.
god.
No
And
way.
you like farm the thing and then
That
you
is
go underwater.
weird.
That
And my parents bought it.
gameplay. The tutorial is much okay. Beginner. In the beginner mode, you load the loading process is automatic. You receive unlimited supplies for each animal.
It's real.
What's the story? After the opening credits, it cuts to a sequence of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Queen Amidala's ship landing on Ota Gunga. From there, it cuts to the Gungan Council room where Boss Nass is waiting. He tells them about the problem at hand and asks which one of them will help to build the new ecosystem.
Any game with Boss Nass on the front cover is a winner.
At this point, the player chooses which character to play as. It's basically Obi-Wan or Queen Amidala. Weird choice, but sure.
Queen Amidala.
Yeah, exactly. You're Queen.
Yeah.
But you don't play as you basically click
No,
things.
Obi-Wan. Always Obi-Wan.
Are you really
Um,
happy, Roach?
Yeah, I'm happy.
This makes no difference to the
you've
outcome of the
remembered
game.
What it is.
Ronnie and Shlooming. Once players... Oh no. Once the player is chosen, Boss Nass provides you with the aid of Kresk, Jar Jar Binks,
Oh.
and R2-D2. Who the hell wants Jar Jar Binks to help you build a fucking city? Yeah. I mean, here's the fault that he's the one that screws up the
Yeah.
entire Galactic Senate.
Prequels. Oh, right, yeah.
The films
Well,
and the,
and
story.
Yeah.
and the story, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that turns around and votes in Chancellor Palpatine.
Yes, he does.
It's all
Jar Jar
Jar
Binks is
Jar
single-handedly
faults.
responsible for the genocide that occurs.
It's all Jar Jar faults.
But it's weird. I like how you said like Finn said that, and you're like, oh, it's a joke, and it's like, for real, this is a real game. But I just couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm happy we've remembered that.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
okay.
Alright, so Matt,
Hi.
what's your topic? Give
My
us the last
topic
topic of the night.
Is from the viewers, in particular, Finn.
Other viewers, you can send us topics.
Yeah, send me topics on Twitter, and I will.
Because he's lazy and doesn't think I'll be doing topics.
Yeah, basically. No, I did think up my own topic. No, I did think up my own topic today, but we had exactly the same one, and we haven't actually used it either.
Yeah.
That'll be next time. So, my topic is from Finn, and he said, "What makes you rage in games? For example, camera movement, etc. And what was the last game that you actually raged at? Possibly raged quit at."
Well,
I can tell you which is the one I last raged quit at.
I rage at Shovel Knight pretty badly sometimes.
Shovel Knight's
I
a
just
hard,
keep
yeah.
dying, and it's like, fuck. Especially since with Shovel Knight, I know it's always my fault.
Yeah, Shovel Knight's a hard.
Shovel Knight is really well made. So in that regard, I can't say I get angry at it because it's badly made, like the camera or anything like. Because the game is perfect.
No.
Really, in terms of design, the game is perfectly made. If you fuck up in Shovel Knight, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Because like you've missed time to jump, or some enemies come down that you didn't kill in time. You're just like, fuck.
My last rage quit was Bloodborne.
Oh right.
I was just like, I've just
Had enough.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I never
fact.
once rage quit out of Bloodborne.
Really, that's impressive.
It's just
So I
too
think
good.
most people.
It was just
I think
way
most
too
people. I think most people probably did rage quit out of that game.
Whereas I've rage quit out of Dark Souls 2 a couple of times.
Yeah, well, you know.
But,
Tom, I feel like you've probably done this quite a few times.
Why?
Lego Batman.
I didn't rage quit out there, it wasn't clear what you had to do. Because I think you'd only rage quit when something keeps happening, and
Possibly.
Knack I've raged quit out of.
yeah.
Playing it on hard mode, doing 10 minutes of gameplay, dying because some tank hits you with one shell,
Yeah.
and you have to start all that again.
Yeah, that pisses me off in games. Cheap game design.
Yeah.
Where they make a game hard by making it so you die in one hit. That's not hard. Well, I mean, it is hard, but it's just cheap. That's cheap.
Yeah.
You know? Especially if there's like barely any skill involved. Flappy Bird, yeah. Bad cameras piss me off.
Bad cameras.
We don't tend to get that so much anymore.
No, we don't. I get fed up with the camera on Super Mario 64, for example.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Sunshine isn't actually as bad now. Sunshine's better.
No, it's
Sunshine's now full 360.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just having to click it once and then click it another time. No.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying.
Very
yeah.
unintuitive. But yeah, cameras now.
Time, though.
Cameras, well, yeah, of course. Cameras now is so much better.
Yeah.
Well, for me, there's nothing gameplay wise other than like frustrate enemies or loading screens.
Mine's-
No camera
Loading
or
screens can be
technical
annoying, yeah.
thing has really.
Yeah, getting
Annoys me.
glitched pisses me off.
I got glitched on the last level, the last stage, last mission of Zombie U, the
Yeah.
Wii U zombie game, and I never played it again.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that will make me not play a game again.
Last mission, I was so close. I'd sunk in 20 hours on the game, and I just got screwed over because it just glitched out the very last mission. I was like, oh fuck, doing that again.
Yeah.
There's,
Go on.
there's several times I've been playing Evolve and I get frustrated with some of the gameplay on that occasionally. I still play it though, I do think it's a good game. But like the jetpack stuff on that, because like you'll go up a
Yeah, that's
wall
annoying.
and then you'll fall down, you'll fall down, you have no jetpack. And it's just frustrating and it makes the game just really annoying. I've quit out of that. But also I've been kicked out of Evolve a lot. Not just like it says there were
bad
problems.
online, that's annoying.
Yeah, bad.
Evolve's Online's not bad, but I mean games that do have bad online.
I think Evolve's Online can be quite bad because I've been playing it with Luke sometimes and
Yeah.
we're in a party and then we get put in different
Yeah.
things. I don't see why that would happen. And another thing is you do that as a game mode on it, evacuation. So you do these 5 missions and it's online. You can do it solo.
Yeah.
But obviously people can jump in at any time if there's no one there at the time. So I'll pick my character, and I like playing as Hank on support, and I want to play him throughout the whole thing. 'Cause and then we'll do like 3 missions. Someone will jump in, and then their preference will push me to medic or trapper or something. And if they're not there from the start, I don't see why that trumps what I've selected in the game I've set up.
Yeah.
So I don't really think there's anything they can do about that. Because obviously they want people to always get their first or second choice.
Yeah.
But if you've played this you're playing a whole game as you've played several matches as this character, and then someone just joins and it's like, oh, they're more important, they get to be that person. It really annoys me.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating.
Unfair crits.
Unfair what? Sorry? Crits? Critical
Criticals.
hits?
Just in general. Just getting critted. It's like, for fuck's sake.
Is this like a Fire Emblem thing specifically?
This
Or
could be
Pokemon.
anyone. Anything.
Pokemon, I suppose,
Pokemon, One Fire Emblem, any sort of
RPG,
game that has
basically,
crits in.
Well, you don't like when we played
Almost.
that weird Pokemon game, and I beat you because I got
That weird
critical.
Pokemon game being Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
That is weird to me.
So not a weird Pokemon game.
No,
Yeah.
but it's just different.
I got
so
One
why-
of the original
I
Pokemon
quitted
games.
every single
Yeah,
time.
that was
every
great. That
single
was very
time.
funny. I'll tell you what is a definition of an unfair game. Mario Kart. Mario Kart's an unfair game.
Gotcha.
Because
Mario
you
Kart's
can
the
be
place where you
really
lose
good at that
first.
game, be in first place, and then blue shell tough shit, basically.
Yeah.
Items in that game actually kind of annoy me a little bit. Like, because it does take the skill away from it in some
Oh god,
ways.
yeah, I'd love to just play with the skill.
I
would love to do that.
Yeah.
But then there's no gimmick. It needs.
Yeah, exactly. I do like items, whereas I don't like items in Smash Brothers.
I
And-
enjoy doing time trials on Smash
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I love doing the time trials. It's just fun.
Yeah. Talking about Smash Brothers just made me think another thing. Lag.
Oh, lag, yeah.
Lag pisses me
Lag's
off.
a big thing.
I'll just stop playing it out. I'll be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Glitches again, going back to that quickly. Assassin's Creed Unity, like, even if it was just a trophy, but that glitch trophy was like, that's like, this is so annoying.
It just
Can't do
stopped
anything
you
about
from,
it. Yeah.
because you were going to platinum. You were
Yeah.
saying you wanted to platinum that, and you just never.
Yeah, I think I might have traded that game in now, but
It's like, for me, especially getting a glitched trophy, and some of them. I platinumed Sleeping Dogs recently,
yeah.
and the last trophy was a potential glitch. So I followed all these instructions, and it worked. But on this forum, so many people, it didn't work. And because to get to that point, because you've got to it's a collection thing, but you can't do it from when you start the game. So you've got to play the game for 20 hours. So you'd have to redo 20 hours with no trophies.
Yeah.
Get this one thing, and you might not even get it again.
Yeah, that's rough.
And I don't. Why can't they just patch glitch trophies?
Well, sometimes they can.
Yeah.
I think you can, turn items off of Mario Kart,
Yeah.
but you can't really play Mario Kart without items, even if you hate them. Whereas I will definitely play Smash without items. Don't give me that rubbish. But yeah, that's about it really for this week's episode.
Yeah.
Well, not this week's episode, do another one on Thursday. But as we said before, Splatoon Direct live reaction on Thursday. Make sure you catch it. It's going to be good. Hopefully, it's going to be good anyway. If the Splatoon, which we actually mention this, the Splatoon leak.
Yeah.
If that's legit, that'd be good. Lots of people saying it's fake though, because it'd be unlike Nintendo to talk about DLC before the game's even out.
It would be unlikely.
But
They
might do. They might do.
Hungry. They'll be like,
Yeah.
people like our DLC.
exactly, they might do it.
Yeah. The DLC sounds cool. What
Yeah.
they've got.
According to that leak, they also reveal more Splatoon amiibo, which would be
Yeah,
kind of
that'd
crazy.
be
I'm
interesting.
not sure about that.
It seems a bit. They've got. I mean, there were pictures of them on the thing I saw. Or
There were actually, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. But it's gonna be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
So even if you guys do watch the Splatoon Direct at the time it comes out for you, do come over to the 8-Brit Game Chat. We'll be watching it and talking about it as well. That'd be cool.
Leonardo.
Unfortunately, Leonardo, yes, you have. We are literally just finishing up here.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
UK.
Is
UK
UK,
time,
is
yeah.
Can I just mention one more thing that will have pissed a lot of people off in gaming?
Yeah, go on then.
In the game Arkham,
Why couldn't you
Asylum.
mention this when we were doing it?
because I've just remembered it.
That'd be good.
It's not a glitch, but it's made to make you think it's a glitch. Halfway through the game, during you get toxin by or poisoned
Yeah.
by
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, and then the game will crash, and then it'll
Yeah, I
show the
remember that.
first cutscene
Yeah.
again. But obviously it's in reverse, but you don't know that.
Those scarecrow parts of the
minute.
game are like the best bit of the game, though. To be fair.
Yeah, but I think it'll be annoying because you think, oh, it's crashed. The game makes you think it's crashed. You might like switch off to, try to go back to the save.
Yeah.
But it's all part of the game. So I think people might be a little annoyed by that.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think so though. I think most people really liked the scarecrow section. Just like it was really clever. It was really clever the way it was implemented.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it from us this week. Tonight. So guys, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.
But yeah, as always, we're 8BritGaming. Goodbye.
Bye, see you Thursday.